Shadowboxing gains. Boxing. Shadowboxing gains. Boxing. Who train? Boxing. It teaches things. Shadowboxing is way better with gloves on. Just call it arm jogging. Think of it as arm jogging. Women don't realize they love shadowboxing. See, the violence, there's no violence. And where there's need for violence, it comes with the need for rules. But where there's a need for rules, comes with the need to understand our original abridgments, our nation's A through Z. They never went away, and employed knew that nation's A through Z voices would have to use words and phrases like criminally foreign influence, while still criminally foreign influence, while realizing or not, while entertaining quality aspects of fact-cheap nature, uses of it at all locations, and through other motivations apparent only by the breaching method, if we are honest. See, there was the hyper-evidential, comes with the evidential. And it shows that defenses of blame with instances, treatments, and with the exceptions, with where people are right and wrong. The locations are being used to force, trick, hurt, and persuade a quality of fact-cheap nature as hyper criminal insidiousness nature. I am not a lawyer. The lawyers are also hyper-evidentially recorded, leaving out and making up fake exceptions, and defending that individually, grouped and together, getting away with behind all natures of difference treatments, as the breaching method knew each modern nation would. It knew that they would have to speak about culture, because nature speaks about culture. Nature communicates about culture through the breaching method communicates about culture too. And both that and how nature does it different, they're both self-valued, but they can't be self-valued together. So people ignore a lot of things, a lot of identities of logic. You needed to have, when you were very young, short words and convictions by the nature of the law that they never made, and how they didn't make it, to have to be allowed to use that as evidence too. Things that have nothing to do, or appear to have nothing to do with things. In other words, when they make subject treatments, they're leaving out all that's actually recorded, connected to it. And one of the main things in layers is use of location /s and the timing in there, because they're putting sequence shifts. Self-value, where a breaching method uses also grouped country syntactical self-value uses communicated about their roles with all groupings of humanity. That can't be defended. And practical reasons voices, to use Immanuel Kant's phrase of Immanuel Kant. To use a phrase of the hyper-native human volume science, vaccines, that of which vaccines I teach us things. Boxing, martial arts, and wrestling, it is easier to discern how they're about fighting and why they're about fighting, and by the rules. But those rules have been abridged since semi-ancient times, and other has been pretended. And or that person, and or that body, even if it's a majority of nations, they're sensed, hurt, and worse. Better than easily uses, I made everyone roles. This thing had database relationship uses of names. North and South slavery entrenched. Therefore, fact, human nature, slavery of everyone. They just designed the suburbs for this, for torture / extortion. The only means to cause positive value nature progressions, while negative value nature progressions, acts, and natures are being demonstrated by nature and further by the breaching method. Because nature's also, its demonstrations are a demonstration of a hyper-archetypal human fact, human nature breaching method having come from semi-ancient times. Part of the hyper-evidential here is also where how religions are partly about us communicating about this. But not only are they through their own experts, their voice on that is prevented. I think